Hello, it's your tax attorney, Nafisa Manir Fudayil. Welcome to Tax Roadmap, where we train attorneys, CPAs, and enrolled agents in the specialty of tax representation, tax controversy work. Why? Because it's a lucrative field. Why? So that they can be their clients' heroes. Yes. Thank you for joining me today. I'm so excited that you're here. Well, let's go ahead and jump right into today's topics. Did you know that there was a Taxpayer's Bill of Rights? Did you know that? Well, if you are going to be operating, practicing in the tax representation, tax controversy field, you should know what are you going to be representing your clients about? What are you going to be trying to protect your clients against or advocate for your clients? So here is where the Taxpayers Bill of Rights comes into play. You want to make sure as the attorney, as the client's representative, right? That you are protecting their rights, and you have to know what those rights are. So, what we're going to talk to about today is we're going to go over some of those rights to make sure that you are aware of these rights so that you can protect your client against these rights and make sure that your client is being adequately represented. Let's jump right into it. The first right that your client has is they have the right to be informed. Yeah, they have the right to be informed. They have the right to know, number one, guess what? That they owe a tax debt, that is due by a certain tax date, right? They have the right to be informed of any action that's been taken against their account, that there is a levy, or there's a possible lien that may be applied to their account. They have the right to be informed, plain and simple. Okay. Second right is they have the right to quality service. Now, now, we can talk about what quality service is, right? Because the IRS, with them long wait times, that at least it used to be those long wait times. I don't know how you could say that was quality service, but your client does have the right for quality service, right? When they do contact the IRS or you do contact the IRS on their behalf, they have the right to for quality service. Okay. Number three is they have the right, your client has the right to not pay any more than what's actually due. Not pay any more than the correct amount that's due, right? Just as a general rule that we are obligated to pay taxes, but we're obligated to pay no more taxes than the law says that we have to pay, right? So your client has the right to only pay the correct amount of taxes that are actually due. Okay. The fourth right is your client has the right to challenge the IRS position. So whatever position that the IRS has taken on their account for whatever reason, your client has the right to challenge that. Okay. Fifth, your client has the right to appeal. They have the right to appeal any IRS decision. To appeal any IRS decision. Your client also has the right to finality. They also have the right for this matter, whatever matter it is that you are representing them for it to be a final decision, a final action, for it to be done and over with. They have the right for that to be the case. They can't just keep you in suspense or keep your client in suspense in limbo forever just because they feel like it. Okay? Your client has the right for privacy. Now, with these last things that's been going on with the Department of Government Efficiency auditing the IRS, and there being different court cases going back about whether they had the right to access certain data. I don't know. I don't know. This part is very interesting, but your client has the right to privacy. All right. Your client has the right of confidentiality, right? This happens too because not just anybody in the IRS, even though they work for the IRS, not anybody has authority to be able to access anyone's account, right? That's why every now and then, every few years, you'll hear about um, people getting in trouble with the IRS because they have accessed someone's account, whether it's a business, a nonprofit, or an individual without the authority to access their account, right? Because clients have the right to privacy, clients have the right for confidentiality. Okay. Your client has the right to retain representation, right? The IRS has some of the top tax lawyers in the whole country representing them. So, yes, your client has the right to retain representation. They have the client have the right for representation, right? Same thing if it's a civil case. If it's a civil case, right, client has a right for representation. Criminal case, client has the right for representation. It's the same thing in a tax case. Your client has the right to seek out representation. And that's what you are, right? And the final right that we're going to talk about today on the Taxpayer's Bill of Rights, right, is the right to a fair and just tax system. Now, we know that this is broad, right? But your client has the right to a fair and just tax system, point blank with a period on it. So if your client, for whatever the issue is that your client may be getting audited about, whatever position that your situation that your client um, may be under examination for, or that the IRS has denied them a certain thing or certain position, it might come under this broad category of the right for your client to a fair and just tax system. So those are the Taxpayer Bill of Rights. And you can also look those up on irs.gov if you want further explanation or further information about that. But these are the rights that you will be representing your client on and making sure that you are protecting and advocating for your client on these Taxpayer Bill of Rights. So thank you again for joining us today. Again, my name is Nafisa Fudayil, and I'm with Tax Roadmap. If you want to know more about this particular area or about our particular trainings, please contact me. Until then, you have a marvelous day. Bye-bye.